Okay, boys, just like always.
Hello, fellow viewer. Have you seen that cheeky bastard cheating there? He's not showing up on the map. He's not. He seems like he's fast traveling around, and he blocked every single possibility that we had to auto aim at him. So basically, we had no chance. But still, right now this is just gameplay. I want to talk to you guys about PvP possibilities, PvP builds, PvP tricks, and I'm gonna take 21 minutes of your time to talk about it. I'm gonna show you some builds, I'm gonna show you some strategy in general, some way to skedaddle, what we call retreating. You got to work together whenever you do PvP in a game. If you do it by yourself, you're gonna have to do some builds really related for it, and if you do it in team, you have to synchronize some aspect, like focusing fire a little bit, using hills as defensive position, because whenever you are standing on a hill you hold the high ground, and whenever you hold the high ground you can use the downhill slope on the other side to just skedaddle a little bit, just go behind it and hide yourself from shots from the opponents. That said, this is not hiding you from the paint in black. The moment you are painted, everybody can hide behind a rock, behind a cliff, and keep shooting and still shoot you straight in the head. That's why we think that this is probably one of the lamest perk of the game. Painted black in Deadeye is made for people that can't shoot. I'm not gonna lie, there is people inside our squad that are gonna use it, and we actually invite them to use it because they use a tablet. If you use a tablet to play the game, you definitely don't have the same draw distance, you don't have the same mechanic. There is some stuff that are restricted a little bit, and any player on console will automatically take the advantage. Just for the draw distance and the sniping, as you can see right now, it's deeply wrong to consider that people on the tablet, people on different generation of console are playing in the same league. Right now you see that we handled that battlefield nicely. We have the numbers. Back earlier in that evening we didn't had, well, we had the numbers, but they had the numbers too, added to that cheeky bastard that is cheating. It was getting really annoying. You guys saw it multiple times ever since the start of that gameplay. We don't see that guy on the map. Every time we auto aim at him, it's not working, so he can get in close range, close quarter, and shred all of us in a matter of seconds. It was getting a problem, but the thing is that we concentrated ourselves on the target that we saw, so everybody in his team was getting messed up. The moment some of these kids got to sleep, we took them in the back, and we have accomplished a little vengeance. And this is how it works in that game a little bit, because you can't win all those games. You're gonna have to skedaddle no matter what. You're gonna have to retreat, and the moonshine shack is the way to go, because if you have your leader having a moonshine shack and wilderness camp, you guys will be able to ask him to fast travel quick to the moonshine and teleport all of you guys inside the moonshine. I'm not gonna lie that these enemies will probably know the emplacement of all the moonshine inside the game and will automatically spread their little soldier up the map to scout around in order to find us. In that case, they have find us quick. Not gonna lie, they were always outside the moonshine waiting for us. So right now, guys, I'm gonna pop you some different builds. I don't see it yet, but you're gonna see many different builds that I'm able to switch in the game. What I did is that I'm level 150 something. I bought a load of perks that are only or mostly useful in PvP, and these perks will give me the possibility to switch in the battle. So if we need to flank them and push them close range, I'm gonna be the one switching my builds and automatically use the downslope of the hill to hide myself like I'm doing right now, and I'm just gonna strafe down slowly. Look, I'm still using my sniper, but you guys still get the strategy of flanking the opponent. If you guys are 7 in the posse, it's really important that you consider moving around. You don't stay in the same spot because you are easy target. I'm just gonna keep shooting there and eventually I'm gonna hit somebody. As you can see, I told you, these players are not really powerful per se. They just had 2 cheaters. One that was really obvious, one that was sneaky a little bit, but it was really weird because at the end we didn't see him on the map either. You saw his gamer tag popped up already, but it doesn't matter, it's just a cheeky bastard. Right now, what you see is a bunch of players using snipers. That fight was really restricting us to snipers because one of them, we were not seeing them, and we were completely in the open. So if you are back into the plains in an open area, switch yourself into sniping as soon as possible, because these people will use the draw distance and will automatically shred you in a matter of seconds. One shot in the chest, one other shot in the chest if they use express round, and you don't take tonic, one shot in the chest and there's not much left of your health there. So you need to be really careful. You need to stack those tonics constantly. I'm showing you right now the level 3 tonics. It's easy to produce those. You just need to go see Madame Nazar, that we call Madame Bitch Tits, or plenty of other names. But you go see her and you buy the necessary material, which is English mace, ginseng, and yarrow, and you buy everything you can out of these 3 ingredients. You go back to your fire camp and you can produce level 3 tonic. You'll be able to produce maybe, I think, 15, and you go back to see her, or actually if you have the wilderness camp, you can sit on the side of Madame Nazar and actually produce those straight to farm those after. So it's actually really easy. One thing that I like to do personally is that I sometimes spend a few hours down in Big Valley, inside the very valley, inside the small plains where there's a load of animals, and there's also a load of plants. I will collect wild mints and keep producing big game, minty big game, and that is making my core to level 4 in health. It's not necessarily helping me defensively, but it helps me if I take a shot and I just retreat a little bit. This will bring back my bar faster around my core. So it's the way your shield per se is regenerating, so that's gonna help a little bit. It's really not, don't see it as defensive, see it as regeneration. Tonic are still the way to go defensively. So you keep stacking those level 3 tonics, my friend, and you're gonna be able to hold your ground nicely on the battlefield. If I can't do it, you can do it, because I shoot like shit. So I believe you guys can do better than me in most of the time. Hopefully you guys are on my team, not in their team, but usually my team, we work together in order to make it work. So right now you keep seeing some stuff that I pop you in the screen, guys, and the thing important to know is that you need to be polyvalent, you need to switch, you need to adjust yourself to the battlefield, to the landmarks, and to every single aspect of the game that can give you an advantage. Not cheating. Cheating is cheeky. Nobody wants to be friends with cheaters, because if you cheat the game, you cheat probably in life, and you probably cheat your friends around. So if I have a friend that cheats, I'm probably gonna ask myself, when is gonna be the time that I'm gonna get a knife in my back? So it's pretty lame, plain and simple. Nobody wants to have that in our team. Nobody wants to have that in their environment. So if you see that guy, report him. Yeah, especially if he's cheating straight in front of you. Right now I just captured the whole thing, so it's making it a lot easier. But there is also a weapon. If you saw that gameplay since the start, you saw that most of the weapon that killed me are Carcano rifle. In close quarters, that is going to be sawed-off shotgun sometimes, and explosive rounds also. I really rarely use explosive rounds, because this is going in the same direction of painted black, and cheating, it's pretty lame a little bit. It's part of the game because you still have to use it, but you don't engage straight with explosive, except if you want to piss the people off drastically, and it's usually working nicely. That said, whenever we have friends around, we play with the Rangers. These Rangers are free to hack the way they want, so as example, Hydro don't care for levels, is gonna shoot you in the head no matter what. I care for level, I'm gonna be careful if it's a low level, I'm gonna make sure that they have fun. You have to remember that whenever you practice PvP, you want to win. It's not necessarily the best option to crush the opponent and push it down their throat that they're bad or they're dog shit or anything. Usually when I finish a game, I just do the good game, guys, see you next time, or see you around, and it ends like that. Sometimes I get insult back, and that keeps happening, but there's not much to do against that. The weapons I'm talking about are Carcano, Navi Revolver, the sawed-off shotgun, the pump-action shotgun. These are the main weapon you'll see in PvP, I would say. You'll see some Mausers sometimes, but now Mausers are tricky a little bit to use. Same way for the other automatic pistols that I don't recall the name. Right now you guys see me, I'm going back into the Moonshine. I'm going out straight, I just got the scene, but I just wanted to regroup the people inside the Moonshine so we have a little bit of protection. And since that cheeky bastard is hiding and cheating, we're able to isolate the battlefield a little bit. He's going to be able to fight closer to us. And that's what we want, because, to be honest, I'm not messaging them that, but most of his friends were dog shit. They needed a cheater to walk the line on winning that battle. You see it. This is dog shit. The guy, what the hell is this guy thought doing? So you just need to readjust yourself, like I just did right now. My build has changed. I'm probably running a close quarter build right now because I know that I'm in the forest. I can hide a little bit. I can use that to my advantage and get killed sometimes too, because that happens. So you switch. Usually I'll use a Slippery Bastard to mess them up a little bit, because Slippery Bastard is the legit way to neutralize the automatic aiming inside the game. I like to use Slow and Steady, although Slow and Steady is good for long distance, because if you're close quarters, you may want to be able to move a little faster. Focus Fire is always good. Focus Fire, instead of taking 2 shots, you'll take 1. So it's direct DPS. I'm not gonna lie, one of the best DPS of the game will be a Focus Fire build, a Winning Strike, and Sharpshooter as example. These 3 perks are meant to damage. If you want to maximize the first shot, you use Peak Condition instead of Winning Streak, so your first shot is going to deal a shitload of damage. Yeah, that guy's going to get my little revenge there. Anyway, that keeps going, guys. There is many tricks that goes into the PvP, but most importantly, it comes with experience. If you don't practice PvP, it's difficult to learn. So you try, you die, you learn. You try, you kill one, you die another time, you learn. You go do some showdown, you go do some PvP events or PvP free roam events, and you're gonna learn some stuff out of it. One good option also is to ask your friends around whenever it's getting slow a little bit, if they want to practice, and then you set the rule. Because sometimes we practice without weapon, practice with melee weapon, practice with pistols, or practice with what we could call full sweats. That means no limitation, you are allowed to do whatever the hell you want. And this is probably the best practice, because no limitation like that is pushing everybody into their limits. This is where you learn. This is where you get along also with your friends. I'm not gonna lie, we all learn to deal with each other in these small situations. I get cocky a little bit when I'm in battles, especially if I'm meeting cheaters or if there's stuff that getting killed on and I don't understand for some reason. I'm not getting salty, I would say cocky a little bit, just starting to curse a little bit. I try not to blame my friends around, because it's never their fault. If we messed up, we messed up together. So it doesn't really matter. But you can see right now, guys, that we're not doing so bad. We're against a bunch of cheaters. He got reinforcement. This is the third battle of the night. We won the second one. A little bit vengeance-like we got there. We slaughtered 2 of those. And the moment their friends popped in, we just retreated back to the moonshine so we can have a certain control on the battlefield straight from there. Most of these kids got back in the battle the second time but got away and never came back. And on the third battle, this is where the adult came in, because we stay up later a little bit. And on the third battle, this was a total loss on their side. Even having a cheater in their team, using probably a tier application called Kronos. Back in the days it was called Wallhack. I believe Wallhack pretty much disappeared from Xbox. It has been controlled a little bit over the years, but now there's a new one called Kronos that gives you the possibility to map your controller the way you want, and you can actually map more than one button at the same time. So to quote an example, you could be able to aim, and the moment you aim it triggers the dead eye, and you just need to shoot at the same time and aim at the right place, so you save up one button in the process. And there's some stuff like that that is cheeky a little bit that you can use with Kronos. I know a lot of people are using this on Xbox Live. I guess it's probably the same on Sony PlayStation 4, 5. It's a problem. Tier application are a real problem in any games. It's even further when it's a multiplayer game, because if it's a single player game you can cheat the game as much as you want. You only cheat yourself. If you're in multiplayer, you cheat the game, you cheat yourself, and you cheat the other players. So this is where it's getting really wrong. If I'm playing Fallout 76 and I mod the hell out of that game at the point that I one-shot everything, I just ruin my fun. It's my problem. If I'm getting in Fallout 76 and I'm hacking the game to the point that I'm invincible, same as Red Dead Redemption, like you guys saw tonight with that cheeky bastard running around the moonshine that you're about to see. This guy is about to come out. This is why we retreated at the moonshine, because we wanted to isolate that bastard and shoot him down. You see, we see this one. There you go. It just passed in the screen. He's in passive, so he's like invisible, so that's why we don't see him that much, but he's still there. And you guys see, this guy's not on the map, and he's in the other posse, engaged to us. He should be red. You'll see a little further, the guy was able to literally switch from red to blue in a matter of seconds, which was weird, really weird. But I'm not at my first weird stuff that I see in these games. There you go, shred out. Him again. You see, that was the guy that I just looked there, and he was not showing up on the map once again. No matter what the builds you use, no matter what the tonic you use against these players, it's basically impossible. So what I suggest to do is reporting the player, write a little message explaining what happened. If you happen to record it, tag it into your feed, and make sure it's right cheating, and you make sure that you tag the player inside the post. So automatically this guy gets flagged by the algorithm, by other players, and he's gonna have to deal with the hatred of being a cheater. Seriously sad to think of what can happen at the home of this little kid, but somehow it's not our problem. We play for fun, and if this guy wants to cheat to ruin it, he doesn't deserve to be on the platform. He deserves to be pushed away. He's gonna create another account, start fresh again, and that's gonna be rinse and repeat. Sadly, that's the way it works. Instead of banning the account, they should be isolating the IP address. And yeah, of course they'll use VPN probably, but it's still one more trouble for them to deal with. There must be some solution to that, because these players are actively ruining the game for a lot of people, and I mean, I'm able to defend myself. Metro is the best PvP player we have in the crew. We have many other players that are dealing really well. Boyo's dealing well. Joseph was dealing well. A lot of people were doing really well in the PvP aspect of the game, but you cannot do anything against these cheaters. So report, push them away, and it's plain and simple. This is the only solution you have against these. It's like placing them in a corner, but after a certain time they will never be able to get out of the corner because they will be flagged. Once again, restarting the account will make it happen all over again, and it's a problem the players have to deal with. It's a problem that the company is blind to it and will have to deal with eventually, no doubt, before the lawsuits are raining all over the game company and the game platforms. This is QcWarChief. I hope you like my opinion. I hope you like my little tricks. And please subscribe, please like, please come back. And if you want to tag along in our Red Dead Redemption, always welcome some more player. Have a good one, everybody. Hell yeah.